What's up? Welcome back to Ringworm. I'll tell you what, it's not really fun out here anymore. You know how for all these years I've said I'm gonna stay out here and do whatever I want all day long, build stuff, camp, shoot guns, train my dog as long as it's fun. I've hit a wall. I can't stand the heat anymore. As it turns out, my dog takes after me. He can't live in this heat. 9:30 in the morning, he just took off straight underneath the tent deck and dug himself a hole, and he'll stay there all day. The guy's never had much interest at all in eating or treats or anything. I guess he does like some dog treats, but every day I have to mix something different into his food and he's still just not really into it. So I've switched to feeding him just in the evening, not twice a day, thinking he'd be plenty hungry after 24 hours with no food. It's so hot in the evening that he's basically stopped eating. I'm a little bit worried about him, so we're gonna make some drastic changes around here. Actually, a lot of drastic changes. All in the span of a couple weeks, my computer died, so I got a new one, which you've seen. It's taken me multiple weeks to learn how to use that, and I had to leave here because the cell service also went down for about a week. When it finally came back up like 2 or 3 weeks ago, it's pretty much unusable. I can maybe do a little web browsing, but that's it. Trying to upload videos, another reason that I missed 1 or 2 videos recently is instead of the usual, like, I don't know, 3, 4, 5 hours it takes me to upload a video every week, I let it run for 3 days and it just wouldn't upload. So here's what we have to do. You know what, I'm not even gonna take you out there in the sun. We'll move this stuff over here. Got Starlink. There's 2 reasons that I had never pulled the trigger on this in the last couple years. One, the entry cost I thought was like 500 bucks. I got this one refurbished for $250. Not bad, right? And then the other big one is that I thought it took about 80 watts to run one of these, which is, when you have no wall power, when you're running on Jackery batteries, it just didn't seem worth it. I think this thing maxes out at 40 watts. And if it's not thinking very hard, the power draw is a lot less. Also, this is I don't know if they've had this for a long time or not. I don't think so. This is the Starlink Mini. That is the entire thing. It's that and a power cord. The Wi-Fi router and everything is inside of that. How slick is that? So if you've got a clear view of the sky, okay, I didn't think that far ahead. With the roaming plan that you have to have on this, you can take this, I think, more or less anywhere in the world. Point it at the sky. You've got high-speed internet. As far as I can tell, the speeds are not what the big dish is, which is like yat big by maybe yat big, and it goes on your roof. That one's a lot faster, but this, compared to what I've been doing for years, should be blazing. Oh, I guess it comes with a mount. You can see it's been, well, this is the refurbished, so I guess it's been used. Mounted on a pole or something. I actually didn't know that mount was in there. So I got this for like, I don't know, 20 bucks or something like that. That has a tripod thread in it. So we ought to be able to like pop this on here like that and use one of my old tripods to just set this up temporarily. I gather that you download, oh yeah, I'm gonna have to download the app. I can do that, I think, out here. I guess you like swizzle it around and it tells you how many obstructions you have. They're gonna be a lot of obstructions. It's got a 50-foot cord, so we set this thing outside somewhere on a tripod. It has to be within 50 feet of the cabin. I am excited to have this high-ish speed internet. One thing that's really cool, it'll mean that my movie theater might actually work. I think in the years since I've built that, I don't know if we've ever watched a movie without it stopping at least a couple times, usually in the worst spot in the movie. So instead of having my phone use the cell signal to stream the video, plug it into the projector, I think the projector has its own Wi-Fi, so this can go right. We're gonna figure that out too. Maybe not today, but eventually. And then massive change number 2. I think I have to do this for Kuiper, although don't get me wrong, for me this is gonna be a huge relief. Even if I have internet, there's no place here in the evenings to work on videos, to edit videos. Probably takes 20 to 30 hours of editing color correcting, making thumbnails and everything every week to get the video up, and I always do it in the evening. But now it's, even if I'm in a hammock or something with fans on me, it's still in the 80s in the evening. Kuiper and I have been sleeping in the tent. When the sun goes down, it starts to cool off, usually about the time I want to go to sleep, like 9:30, 10. It's still in the 70s out. And with 2 breathers inside the tent, I bet it's got to be high 70s, maybe even 80. So it's not going to work. So fairly soon, we're going to bring the digger over here, and for reasons that will be hopefully made apparent later, we're going to trench this all the way down to the hillside, run probably PVC through there, bring it up into the cabin somewhere on this corner, and try our hand at some underground, either passive AC or maybe we'll have to use a little fan. We'll see how it works. It's going to take a lot of digging with the tiny excavator. I honestly don't know if it's possible because of all the rock and whatnot. You guys know about that. But I'm a little afraid my dog is going to perish, and you guys aren't going to get any videos if I don't do something soon. So I know this is stupid, this is crazy, it makes me feel very uncomfortable. But I got the very smallest, very cheapest, very least energy drain window air conditioner you can buy. I think it draws around 500 watts. If we run it off the Jackeries, my thinking is if it's completely full charge to completely drained, it would run this for 3 hours. The big Jackery would run it for 4 hours. I have no intention of putting this thing in the window and running it all day. All I want to do is at the end of the day, say 5 o'clock or something, kick it on, get the temperature in the cabin down to 75, and then at least Kuiper can get out of the heat. I guess I can't tell you exactly why this stuff, I don't know, it makes me feel uncomfortable for some reason. It just feels like it changes something, like, I don't know, being way more reliant on tech. Although, I mean, if you YouTube every week, you're already reliant on it. You already need a lot of power for running cameras and charging batteries and power tools and running computers. The Starlink, there's just no option. There's no other way to get internet out here, so it is what it is. And the air conditioning is, if I didn't do something, I was getting pretty close to quitting doing this. I was at least seriously considering quitting for this summer, which I don't want to do. I like it out here. I love it out here. This is so fun. But every day I'd wake up, look at the weather. If it was going to be more than like in the mid to high 70s, I just didn't want to be out here. I was thinking, I don't know what I was thinking. It just wasn't fun. We'll leave it at that. We'll put all this aside. Let's see if we can get this stuff set up. The one thing that's nice about the AC thing is that it's only going to be used for a short time, hopefully, if I can get my underground stuff working. And this time of year, not many clouds, many hours of sunlight, so it's very easy for me to keep the Jackeries charged. I can use one to run the computer and the AC a little bit, and when I'm doing that, the other Jackery can be on the panels charging. They charge, you know, in less than a day. So unless we have, well, if we have cloudy days, we're not going to have to run that thing at all, because the heat's not going to be an issue. It's not going to be a problem. It's all going to work out. You know, I didn't check to see if this would even fit in any of the windows. This thing is so weak that it says 5,000 BTU. I think that's the smallest you can buy for small rooms up to 150 square feet, which really means probably it'll work up to like a 100 square foot room. The cabin's what, 180, 190, something like that. That's all right. We're not trying to freeze the place. Para ventanas de 23 inches. Oh yeah, you can turn the box around. 23 to 36 wide, minimum 13. 23, I bet it'll fit in that window. Let's look inside. That's kind of worrisome. Kuiper didn't even come running when I opened the door of the cabin, and it's only 72 in here right now. I think I put his necklace on him. Let's see where he is. Yeah, he's right around here somewhere, either under the cabin or under the tent deck. Let's keep that sucker closed. I already forgot what the measurements are. Well, I think it has to go in that window. Yeah, because you close the window on top of it and then pull those curtains out sideways, right? What I did just think of is it'd be awfully nice if it would reach this where it sits. And, you know, I use that generator to charge all my stuff up in the winter as soon as I put the solar panels away, which is actually more than half of the year. But the thing still sits for probably at least 4 months and doesn't get run. it wouldn't be the worst thing, like once every week or two, just to start it up and run it for an hour. Use it to power the AC and charge anything else up. If that's the case, there's the generator plug. Would it reach there? Yeah, I think it might have a 6-foot cord. We gotta get Kuiper to come in here. Kuiper, come. Oh, buddy. I feed him about maybe 6 cups of food a day. The last 2 whole days combined, he's eaten 2 cups. And I know he's not sick because anytime it's hot, he just won't eat. It's been like that for months. How weird is it that I'm living in the middle of the woods like this? I guess you call it off-grid, and this is the first air conditioner I've ever owned. I looked around a bunch online, found that this was the cheapest AC unit pretty much anybody sold, and I found it at one store. I bought it. It was like, oh, that's a great deal. And then I had to go across the street to a different big box store and found it $10 cheaper, so I returned the first one. And this was $20 cheaper than another one that looked identical because, oh my god, always sweaty no matter the temp. This one has the old school knobs on it, no push button, no remote or anything, which I didn't figure we needed any of that. Max cool, it's all we're ever gonna need. Just glue them in place right there. I'll try to keep most of this packaging intact because if I get my underground AC working, I already know somebody that can use this and I'll just give it to them. That'll be nice. Holy cow. This stuff is flimsy and doesn't exactly seal at the top or the bottom. It's gonna let bugs in. Maybe that's what this garbage is for. Oh no, you know what I just thought of? They don't go that far up. 12 1/4. Uh-oh. What the stink? Oh, it's got stoppers in there. Whoa, landed in my backpack all the way over there. There we go. I guess it's going here. There's actually an even better plug for the generator right there and the bigger jackeries there, so let's do that one. These are not gonna reach. You know what? Before we mess with it, let's see if it'll run off the jackery. This thing shouldn't have any problem pushing it. Although it should be on right now. Is there a power popper somewhere? There we go. Oh, it's blowing crap out of there. Kuiper, you gotta come up here. It's beautiful. It's not very cold, but still feels good. Oh yeah, it's getting cooler. Oh my god, this is the greatest thing that ever happened to me. See what our power drain is? 300 watts? That's it? How's that possible? I mean, it's not really that cold. It's on high cool and max cool. No, it's doing something. I just don't know why. I thought it was 500 watts. But hey, if it's 300 watts and it cools it off a little bit in here, we're good with that. I decided, what the hell, I'm just gonna let it run while I'm putting it in. I have goosebumps, not from being cold. This just seems so weird and honestly so exciting. It's like the kind of relief or something. 5 years of summers out here that I hated. I mean, I always liked what I was doing, but dreaded being in the sun, dreaded being overheated. Nothing you can do about it but leave. This is some next level stuff right here. Hopefully my underground AC will work. I hope it'll work. But the elation I feel right now, maybe I'm not getting rid of this thing. Oh, I'm not even gonna put all the foam and everything in here right now. Apparently you gotta drill a bunch of holes in the window. I don't really want to do that. Can you feel that? You're right in the wind. Is it nice? It is. I'm thinking we just get it to stay until we figure out if the underground works or not. just gotta try this out for a minute. Oh, see what it's all about. I don't think the temperature hasn't come down, but the humidity definitely has. Looks like it's 81 outside. We like this. We could get used to this, huh? Can't lay down quite yet. I am way behind on my editing, and I wouldn't mind taking one hot day and get some computer work done, and I know it would be good for Kuiper. That's what I'm going to say from now on. Kuiper needs this. He needs to relax in the air conditioning. But if we're going to do that, let's see what we got on this Jackery. 72%. That's pretty good, but if it's going to be used for the AC, I think we better put it on the panels. So these take about, I don't know, maybe 5-6 hours to charge because the sun's not always directly overhead. It's still only drawing 400 watts, which means you get what? 5 hours out of that Jackery. You'll probably get 3.5 out of this one. Which really, if you're just running that thing for a short period of time, plus, running the computer and stuff, you just need sun every other day to charge one of these up. At least in theory. Oh yeah, plus, that big Jackery charges at 1,000 watts from a wall plug. So if I start the generator, the generator has plenty of power to charge the big Jackery and run the AC. So if we do get a few days with no sun, we can fire that up, cool the cabin down while we're charging everything else back up. You know what, I think it has enough power. I have to look at what the output is of the generator, but I think it'll charge both Jackeries and run the AC all at once. Dude, why didn't I do this a couple years ago? It's not a pride thing. It's not really, I don't know, I guess it could be stubbornness, but I've always found in life that I get the most satisfaction out of anything when I'm challenged, when I have to struggle a little bit, suffer a little bit. It's like if you sweat your ass off for 5 days in a row and then you get a cool day, you really appreciate that cool day. If you sit in the air conditioning all the time, it just doesn't feel like anything. The cool thing about this mini panel is if I do build a houseboat, this can go with me. I could go live on the houseboat somewhere on the Great Lakes, still get internet, still upload videos. That would be amazing. I've heard of people, they sell mounts for this that just clip on that have suction cups. I kind of can't imagine trusting a bunch of suction cups on the freeway, but they make it so you can stick it to the top of your car or your camper van or your RV. But I also heard of people saying they just fired this up inside a car and it still worked fine. I kind of feel like we should plug this in and just see what happens. I don't really expect it'll work in here, but who knows. So, riddle me this. I've tried letting it run for a while to make sure everything's sort of equalized. It's staying 376 to 379. That's on high. And then you go to low and you let it run as long as you want. It's right around 390. What? 390 to 393. I guess either way the compressor's working and all you're really changing is the fan speed, but still. Yeah, now up around 396. Back on high, drops immediately. 370s. I don't get it. You know what, let's turn this off just so we can see what the power draw is from this thing. Okay, so we got nothing right now. It went up to 15, 16 watts, 19 watts. I don't know if it takes a while to boot up or the light's on. Yeah, 20 watts max. I did get the app to download. I don't really know what you're supposed to do. Oh, I think I have to start my service. Yeah, check for obstructions. We're gonna skip that. Find a clear view of the sky. Completely clear view to stay connected to satellites. So you have to choose, I have a clear view or check for obstructions. Gosh, there is no place with a clear view here. I'm afraid we're gonna have to cut a bunch of trees to get this to work. I have to go take a look around outside, but since it's 85 out there, let's leave this on for a few minutes. Something tells me that guy does not want to come outside. Yeah, he is just not himself. You know what? We could cut this one tree and have not a clear view, but a decent view So if we didn't have this guy, I don't know, maybe that would be, I don't know. I mean, the way it sits right now, all these little guys are going to be in the way too. If it's just sitting on a tripod, I'd say this is about as good as it's going to get. Probably no sense in, well, let's try the app thing. Gotta get my sun hat. I can feel my neck baking. Check for obstructions. Whoa, that's trippy. It's a bunch of weird bubbles. View results. Wow, that is weird. I don't know if you can see it spinning, showing you the view of the sky. Streaming video, some interruptions. Web browsing, some interruptions. Video calls, frequent. Online gaming, frequent. I don't think we're going to do too much gaming. Some interruptions, that's not bad. I say let's try it. See if I can find that old tripod. Well, we've got a little more sun. Let's see if we're already charged. Yep, fully charged. I broke one of the locks, so it's duct taped. I don't really care if it gets left outside. Yeah, that'll work great. Just take the plate in the cabin. This is unreal. It's 73 in here, and it feels like a refrigerator. Are you loving your life now, buddy? Pretty sure you are. How simple could that be? I don't know if I'm really prepared to have two enormous life changes all at once. You know, it's not until you try running a modern life off of batteries that you realize how much power we just use. So much of this tech has gotten like incredibly power efficient, but we just keep adding on like more and more things that have to run off power. Oh man, I do like the feel of some good quality wire. That is nice. Probably have to drill a hole or two in the side of the cabin. Oh, but for now, that's great. You want to go outside for a minute? You're going to stay in here. We'll let you choose. You didn't run through the door. Well, it's kind of gross out here, isn't it? Oh, we really need to make a houseboat now. And it has to have a theater in it, a pull-down theater. Imagine that, anchored way out in like, I don't know, Lake Huron or something. Make you guys some videos and then pull the thing down and watch some videos that don't skip. It's a brave new world out there. So my thought was to top one of these trees, get an extension if you could. I don't know how long you can extend these before you have problems. Well, wait a minute, it's only power delivery. Anyway, run this all the way up to the top of the tree, get a really clear view. I'm sure we'll do that when it cools off a little bit. Until then, it'll be jankety. Or a real jankety would be to cut a hole right in the screen and put this through. That'd be as low class as you can get. Kuiper's already gone. Poor guy. So freaking exciting. I get a little overwhelmed looking at stuff like this online that I know absolutely nothing about. There are all sorts of like, well, there was a 12-volt charger, or rather a 12-volt power source that would have gone right into the cigarette lighter on the Jackery. However, I was not here when I was shopping for this stuff because I didn't have any internet, so I couldn't look at the Jackery and see what the output is. I didn't even really realize that the cigarette lighter plugs, there's different output powers. Some of them are so many watts, some of them are twice as many watts, and the same with USB-C. I thought they were all the same. I thought that was the whole thing, like you plug something in with the right end on the cord and you get what you get, but apparently that's not the case. So these are older version Jackeries. I think the USB-Cs on them that are right on the battery put out something like, I don't know, 40 or 60 watts max, and technically this thing could take up to 100. So you can get a cord like this that would plug right into the USB-C, but it might not work. Okay, we got to get out of here. Deer flies. We'll talk about all that later. I didn't get any of that stuff because I didn't know what would work and exactly what I had to work with. So we don't get that extra little bit of battery. Gosh. Oh, okay. We don't get that. I can't. Okay, no more talking. What do we do? Ah! God, hurry up. It's downloading something. Starlink tilt is incorrect. Starlink is calibrating and gathering data on obstructions. This usually takes about an hour. Okay, I guess we're just leaving it for now. All right, let's go. Try not to overheat, try not to kill the dog, try not to get bit. So, now what do we do? Should we see if there's actually some internet? I got a video due to you guys in, oh, tomorrow. It's gotta work today or you're not getting it. Open my Wi-Fi. Let's see if we can figure out how to play a ringworm video. Let's try Surviving Ringworm Episode 1. It opened, like, immediately. Let's see if we... Holy cow. All these years, I could never do this, skip through a video. Because it would just, if you'd skip it, it would think and think and think, and it'd take about 10 seconds to start playing again. Wow, that's actually really clear. What the heck? I realize just how stupid this is to show you what internet looks like. It's pretty meta, because, you know, clearly it's working out all right for you right now. But this is nuts.
A quarter mile from the road. Here,
skip.
Fill it up.
Let's get past the you can't even get past the buffered part. Oh my gosh!
We've known each other since high school. Been doing this.
I'm cool, I'm comfortable, and I have internet that actually works. I'm gonna hold it back, but I'm honestly almost tearing up. This is crazy. You know, when I bought this property and just moved out into the middle of the woods, it was 100% just to have fun, just to screw around where nobody's got eyes on me. I'm not going to bother anybody with noise. Or if I want to build something silly, nobody's going to say, you can't do that. I wasn't ever trying to get away from anything. Well, maybe people. It might not look like it, but I am kind of a slow adopter to technology. I always say, I don't need that, I don't need that. And then over time, it becomes so ubiquitous that you just start using it. You kind of can't help it. You know, if you want to stay in touch with your friends or be able to buy a plane ticket or whatever, the old ways just don't work anymore. So I was never trying to escape electricity and internet connection and comfort, air conditioning, that kind of stuff. But I just didn't need it to have fun. But now, after all this time out here, like struggling with this stuff, trying to make YouTube videos, do this stuff online, it's a struggle with no payoff. Like, what's the upside to, you know, spending 3 days trying to upload a YouTube video? You know, I guess there is an upside to spending years in the bugs, sweating, not sleeping well, and the payoff is this. It's finally like flipping that switch and getting the cool air. There's probably not many people that appreciate AC and internet as much as I do right now. It was worth the wait because I don't know what to say. It's mind-blowing. It's like, it's a little bit too bad that it takes you so little time to get used to something like this. You know, like when I built the cabin, it was 2 to 3 years, entire years, spring, summer, fall, winter, in a tent. It was so nice. Just stud walls, completely open to the outside, and a roof, just to have a place to put my tools or my extra tent or something that wasn't gonna get soaked and ruined. That was such a huge thing. And then getting it closed in and like, oh my gosh, the heater. Oh, that first winter when I could turn a knob and there was heat. I could, being able to dry my stuff out. It was such a big deal. But my point is, it took about 8 minutes before I was just used to it. It's very hard to hold on to that appreciation. And I'm going to do everything I can going forward to appreciate having internet that works and having a place that I can go out of the bugs where Kuiper and I can be very comfortable in the middle of the summer. I'm not going to lose that appreciation. You watch, I'm not going to. Now, just because I can, I'm going to turn it on 1080, click the play button, and see what happens.
We got this piece of property 3 months ago.
I remember this like it was yesterday. Had a throwaway piece of a log right there between those two trees, put some screws in it to hold the shovels and stuff, which is still there. Still works great. And I kept saying to Tito, we really should put a GoPro on a tripod and just stand there and get a clip of ourselves. There's no thought of making a YouTube channel or anything, just so we have it to remember. Just in case one or both of us spends a bunch of time out here, or we still have the property when we're old, it would be fun to see this early on. And that's why we're both incredibly awkward.
Because I itch. I still have the ringworm that this place is named after.
Can't believe this is playing. Okay, we'll be back with you in a little bit.
Out here permanently?
Well, that's absolutely nuts. I did hear the fan coming on that 1500, the smaller Jackery, which usually doesn't happen unless it's using a bunch of power. Maybe it's just because I was actually using the internet. Yeah, it's using 50 watts now. That's an actual amount of power. It's not a trickle. Well, it'll be fine. We're not going to leave it on for, days on end. Oh, that's interesting. It's still filling in the view of the sky. You can sort of see lines, so it's probably as the satellites go over, that's how it's filling in the full view. But all the blue is clear view and the red is obstructions. It looks like it actually has a pretty good view. I guess I can't align it just right until that's full. So we'll leave it on for a bit long. I guess I'll find something to use the internet for right now. I think there's a way. Oh, check that out. There's a setting, a button you can click to melt the snow. I think the big ones, you always kind of wonder because it's flat and you put it up on your roof. You'd think it wouldn't do too well through snow and ice, but I think those automatically do it. I guess I'm just going to turn it off because that has to use quite a bit of power. You'll have to remind me of that though in the winter when all of a sudden my internet doesn't work and I don't know why. I wonder what else you could do. I wonder if you could make grilled cheeses on that. It feels like it's kind of a non-stick coating. We might have to try. Once it's done doing all of its stuff, I would like to see how far away it'll work. I think they said it had enough power for a 1,500 square foot home or something. What the heck would that even mean? Because this one has the Wi-Fi router in it, outdoors. It makes sense the big one is big enough for 3,000 square foot home or something, but that's because the router's inside. It's separate from the dish. Oh man, it would be so cool if it reached all the way down to the gazebo. I wonder if I could just cut a straight hole in the trees right down there. Whoa, that's some serious rain right there. Hope that thing's waterproof. Well, it has to be waterproof, right? Well, we used 75% of this battery today. That's not surprising. Like I said, we normally don't hang out in here during the day, so it's not going to get run anywhere near that much. My little tick, I don't like to have things empty. My water bottle, the battery on my phone. I hate that thing being at 25%. And I planned, right about now, it's 6 o'clock, starting up the generator, recharging that, and at the same time, running the hell out of that thing for an hour and a half. Get it as cold as possible in here before we have to go to bed. But because of that rain, it just came down to 75 degrees out. It's 74 in here. Could you keep it down? Jeez. That's the first thing he's done all day. I guess it's cool enough now just to have the windows open. Turn the Starlink off because I wasn't using it right now. And then I went to look at the weather. It takes about 30 seconds or so to load one frame of the radar. On my new and greatly downgraded cell service out here. It's been about a month, so I think this is just the new norm. So we didn't get the Starlink any too early. I'm going to turn this thing on and off all the time. It's not just going to be running all day. I did wonder how long it takes to hook up. Let's start a stopwatch when we turn this on and see when I see this connected. Oh, there it goes. 2 minutes and a couple seconds. That's not too bad, considering it's got to go to space and back. I guess we'll twist the thing around tomorrow. Holy crap, did you eat that whole thing, buddy? That was at least 4 cups with other stuff mixed in. That is impressive. You were probably starving. It's the heat. See, I'm not a wimp. I don't need air conditioning. I just want him to be alive. I bet you feel better now. Dang, despite all the massive upgrades, we did not sleep well last night. It thunderstormed all freaking night. Rain was blowing right in the windows and the doors. I think the coolest it got in the cabin was 75 and it's 100% humidity. I did a couple times when I was awake, start the AC up. I ended up running the big Jackery all the way down to like 5%. So I switched them because I was up for like hours in the middle of the night. I used my 5% to run the Starlink so I could watch a movie on my computer. Now the big one's completely dead, the other one's pretty close, and it doesn't charge, excuse us, it doesn't charge very fast, so you don't want to run it all the way down. Unless you got solar, because you can put it out there all day, 8 hours or something, it'll charge up. We've got another thundercloud coming in right now. So we got about an hour before it hammers again. We got to get a little bit of charge going on. Come on, Honda. It's been a lot of months since this thing started. I guess since it's running, we'll turn the AC on right now, see if we can get some of the humidity out of here. You staying outside? Probably want to stay outside. If we plug the AC into the outlet. Oh, that's the small one. Oh yeah, we can plug a bunch of stuff into this outlet. Charger for the small Jackery, charger for the big Jackery. Okay, so this is 1,000 watts. It's kind of novel to be able to plug all this stuff in at once right now. It's like the winter all over again. 1%, charging 960 watts. I guess we might as well turn the Starlink on for free. Doghouse has become a great storage unit in the summertime when he doesn't sleep in here. Got the dog food bin, extra dog food, dog treats, cords, everything, and there's still tons of room in there. We shouldn't really be maxing out either of these plugs, but we'll put this over here. We should get a lot of sun starting tomorrow, so it's not too big a deal to plug everything in right now, but why not? We've both been sleeping with fans on us all night on a high for weeks and weeks. That kills all my Ryobis. Last night at 2 or 3, when I woke up just freaking dripping with sweat, I was hunting around here with blurry eyes to try to find more batteries to run the fans. Got one out of the vacuum cleaner and one out of this light. Alright, guess I'll make some breakfast and keep an eye on the radar. Ooh, it's coming fast. And it's coming right at us. Uh-oh. Yeah, we have less than an hour. Well, we'll get some charge. Got my breakfast out of the way. Kuiper hasn't had time to run around and get his body heat up and the AC's on in there. He just wolfed down a huge bowl of breakfast too, which he never does. Big score for the team. We're gonna start it up as soon as this rain passes, and it's starting to sprinkle. Looks like it's gonna be a real good thunder boomer, but not for too long. There it is. How's my breath? Good? Oh yeah. Wow, in the couple minutes it took me to brush my teeth, it got dark. Yeah, it's noon. Gotta turn the lights on in here to see. You're pretty happy, aren't you? You know, I wish I knew what my issue was with running a generator. It's fantastic, it's quiet, it uses no gas, but I still have some issue with running the thing more than absolutely has to be run. It's not like, it's not gas, it's not wear and tear, it's just a weird quirk, you know? Quirks. For some reason, the thought of like, even when it's super hot outside, of just running that generator for like, I don't know, 4 or 5 hours and leaving the AC on, I kind of can't do it. It does help having Kuiper and seeing him suffering out here. I'm way more likely to run it. Maybe that's something I need to talk to my therapist about, which is, he's also my therapist. Is it all right if I run the generator a little more? Keep it nice and cool in here? He's asleep already. He loves the idea. Yeah, good stuff coming in. Love it. Come here, buddy. Let's take this opportunity to sit in the cold air and watch a YouTube video or something. It rained for a lot more hours, just wouldn't let up. So the internet did completely drop out, and it's been out for like 20 minutes or more. I did find another screen on here. Shows the percent of time obstructions were a problem, how much power it used, and a bunch of other stuff I don't know. Here's all the times it dropped out, I think. And you can see at the top, 3:15, 20 minutes it was out. And that's when I just unplugged it and replugged it. Now it's kind of stuck. I don't know why it's not restarting. I was just going to come out and swizzle it to point it in the right direction. All right, you guys stay out here. I'm going inside for a minute. It's been getting close to 48 hours that he's been sleeping in the cabin. Ooh, look at all those bugs, buddy. Oh, those are the biters. Let's go inside. Kuiper, come. Jeez. Still not sure it's working, but at least it'll let me change this now. Oh, it is very nicely in real time. It's weird, it's telling me left and right, but not how much tilt. Speed test failed. Check your internet connection and try again. I'm starting to wonder, this was refurbished. I wonder if somebody had an issue, sent it back, they tested it, worked fine, and they sent it back out. Because this worked great for 24 hours and then just completely dropped out. Doesn't seem to matter how many times I reset it or anything, it just doesn't work now. I wanted to see how far it would reach. You know what? It's not going to reach where I want to. Have a look. Yeah, there's no chance. Now that I look at it, no chance. You know what? Let's get the bug smoker and the dog and walk down there and look, see if we could trim a few trees and make this work from the gazebo. Ugh, just got bit behind the ear twice. What was that, like 1 minute? Yeah, it's like 5 minutes. Gotta protect your nugget at all times. Oh, sorry, but it feels really good. Let's go get hot and then we come right back in here. It'll be chilly. What do you think? Quick walk? So if you go down the little hill here, and I made a little walking trail through here, can you see the gazebo down there? That's at least 100 yards. There's a lot in the way. There's no way that's gonna reach. Yeah, that's definitely not gonna work. That's the extent of the hole in the trees. Just for the fun of it, let's do the scan the sky thing. So there's the blob, the sky blob. It just says for all the different uses, frequent interruptions, so not gonna work. That's all right. I guess if I work from the gazebo on the hot days, I'll just do editing because I don't need internet for that generally. Where'd he go? There he is. Yeesh. Dang, I wonder why this thing doesn't work. Well, I guess I can use my tiny bit of cell service and very slowly look up if there's some kind of troubleshooting or something. Notice you're panting. Would you like to go in the cold air? I tried every single option I could, finally had to do a factory reset, and then I thought it was fried, but it came back up. But check it out, you can see where the satellites have gone in the last 10 minutes or so. Guess it's got to refill that map of the sky in. 98%, that's good enough for me for now. I leave it in there with this turned on, and then if it gets too nasty in the middle of the night, I just push that button right there and AC goes on. Oh, living the life. Probably still gonna sleep in the tent most nights. However, now I can flip things. It's usually the hottest nights I have to be out there, can't be in here. Now, the very hottest nights I'll come in here. You guys should really look into this cold air thing. It's a revolution. It's your favorite thing too, isn't it, buddy? You love it. Well, hey, as always, I do appreciate you guys watching. Thanks for hanging out with me. Is it Saturday morning? Could be, might not be. I think I've got 4 or 5 days until this kind of horrible heat breaks. Second that happens, we're gonna fire that sucker up and we're gonna start our trenching. I'm very excited. Man, wouldn't it be great? It'd be so great to have passive AC that you'll be able to feel it. I know it's going to be an issue that that trench and the pipe is going to have to go down as deep as that thing will dig, probably 5 or 6 feet, and that means most of the year that pipe is going to be run below the water table. So there's going to be a lot of condensation inside of it, but I used my thinker. I think I have an idea how to deal with that. We're going to try it. Thanks. See you guys soon.